when it comes to Mexico City, the most important thing to understand is how unique it is. I mean, I think it's so close and you know, so familiar in some ways that we don't realize what a unique place it is. You would have to go to Cusco, Peru to find another city that is still continuously functioning, and it was founded in the 1300s. Mexico City and its downtown, let's say downtown Mexico City, was founded in 1325. You know, so it is, together with Cusco, the two major cities in the whole continent that go from medieval times. And the reason we don't think of Mexico City as a medieval city is because it was already laid on a grid. The Aztecs did cities on a grid. So it was in some ways very modern because it was a gridded city all the way back to 1325. But when the Spanish arrived in 1519, which by the way will be commemorated in 2 years from now, you know, that sort of incredible encounter of Cortés and Moctezuma. At that time, when Cortés arrived in Mexico City in 1519, Mexico City was larger than any city in Europe at the time. I mean, it was larger than London, certainly larger than Madrid, and it was brand new at that point. And it was a city that already had huge markets, of course, palaces and temples, but also universities and research centers. And when the Spanish conquered the city in 1521, just 3 years later, they started immediately to remake the city into a Spanish city. So it also happens to be really the oldest Spanish city outside of Europe, and it's a city really whose present downtown dates to 1521, and whose many of its buildings were done in the 1500s. When they decided to expose what used to be the Aztec temple, which is, you know, right there by the cathedral, next to the cathedral, they had to make a very hard decision to tear down Spanish buildings from the 1500s that had been built over the temple. So now it's great because you go and you see the temple exposed once again, and you start getting a sense of that continuity from an Aztec city that became a Spanish city. And its importance sort of comes back again in the 1940s, when a major part of the history of modern architecture, which is what Terry's daughter writes about, Mexican modernism, was made by two independent projects that happened to be across the street from each other in an area of Mexico City called El Pedregal de San Ángel. One was the campus for the National University of Mexico, UNAM, which got started around 1945. And the second, and right across the street, is the Pedregal de San Ángel, an incredibly important solver designed by Luis Barragan, designed and developed by Luis Barragan in an area that was just a wasteland of lava. You know, and both of those projects really put Mexico at the forefront of modern architecture in the 1940s and 50s. So, you know, so that makes it even a more interesting city to visit, because you can visit its pre-Hispanic parts, you can visit its incredible Spanish colonial parts, but you can also visit the significant modern architecture.